Welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Gibson.
And I'm Rich Dixon.
All right, Rich, we actually have kind of a special app today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a little unique. It's called Crackers and Goo. And the reason it's unique is that this was co-developed by a math teacher that both of us know.
Right. So we wanted to state that.
Yeah, he wanted us to take a look and give it a review. So we're going to do that today. Let's go ahead and launch the app and we'll take a closer look.
Okay, price?
The price is $1.99.
Got it.
What's nice about this app is that it is designed for a broad range of elementary students, from learning how to count, from math skills, all the way through some basic algebra skills, and it is aligned to the Common Core math standards.
Okay. What version are we looking at here?
We're looking at version 1.0.6.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and take a look at play. And inside of here, we have a basic game. We're starting with a fairly complex one here.
I was thinking so.
We're looking for complex patterns here and whatnot. And I'm actually going to go and we'll take a look at some different levels. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. And let's start with something a little bit more easy, counting by tens.
Now I hear some sound. Is there a way to turn the sound feature off so that you wouldn't have this going on in the classroom?
Absolutely. We can actually turn the music off by muting that. And a couple of different things we're looking at is it's helping students visually find patterns, math being a science of patterns. And so we're going to drag one of the crackers all the way down. You can kind of hear some music in the background here. And when I've done this, it's now going to ask me to find the sum or the total. And so I'm going to go through and I'm going to get one of these wrong on purpose here.
Oh, and I actually see the objective here is the lesson is to count by 10 and 100s. Okay.
Exactly. So it's helping students do that. You can see Goo here. The longer it takes for me to answer, the more Goo shows up.
So it has a little gaming feature to it.
Yes. And if I'm not quite sure what to do, I can tap at the icon of the finger, and it's actually going to help provide that hint.
Okay.
And so it's going to give me some feedback here. And at this point, I can go and I can change levels, and I can find a whole another set of activities to do based around this. So it's really nice for that. Let's take a look at a couple of different things as well, more complex topics. You can see all the different topics that are here. Make 10 and 20.
I can really see how it's following all of the different skill sets within the Math Common Core.
And then one of the other things that we're going to end with here is we can take a look at some of the more complex things here. In this case, round and multiply by some fairly complex numbers here.
Oh, wow.
So definitely it's geared for a broad range of students.
I could see this being a center that students can rotate through to practice skills. I also could see, a homework option to just reinforce something that was taught that day.
Yes, absolutely. One thing I do want to take a look at with us is when we click on the eye, we actually get brought back, and I think one of the strongest things about this app is that not only does it
I was just going to ask that. Does it allow for multiple players?
It does, and you can add different students in here. So let's say that after a rotation, or if you have a limited number of iPads, you hand it off to another student, you can go ahead and this will remember where that student was practicing.
Is it keeping track of scores and that kind of thing? Okay.
Absolutely. Now each person gets an avatar, which is a shoe called a kick. So they can kind of customize it that way. But I can go ahead and I can just start playing right away. And then if at any point in time I want to take a look at where I am and my scores, I can go back through and I can see what I've done previously. I can work on that again.
Well, that's really nice.
And so I can easily go back through and work on things.
So if there's, does it give you an idea of what you've already accomplished?
So in this case, for example, count by 10 and 100, I can see that I've worked on this one. I actually needed to go back and work on it some more. There's a little Goo splotch right there.
I see that.
And I'm ready to keep moving forward. So I need to go back and finish that level before I can go on.
All right.
So
pros and cons?
Pros and cons, I think one of the biggest ones is that there's multiple users that can use a single app, which is really nice. I like the fact that there's not an in-app purchase. When you buy it for $1.99, you have the full set of all of the different resources.
And the differentiated learning opportunities where you could have students working at different levels based on their needs. I like that a lot. Cons?
I think anything that we can do to keep working with apps to help with the reporting and being able to make that easy, maybe to email out to a teacher or whatnot. Parents might be a nice feature to include here as well, just to increase that communication. But it's a great app, again, that can meet the needs of a variety of students from early elementary until late elementary.
Crackers and Goo, check it out.